Hello everyone and welcome to the Green Man channel. Hope you're doing good and well. So it's time for another album review this week, and this time I'm talking about the second full-length album from Fazerdaze. This is the album titled Soft Power, which came out on Friday the 15th of November via Butterfly Records, and it is 11 tracks and 36 minutes in length. So if you don't know Fazerdaze, this is the project of Amelia Murray. She is a singer-songwriter, producer and multi-instrumentalist from New Zealand. Those of you that do know of Fazerdaze may remember her debut album Morningside, which had a couple of big hits on it, like Lucky Girl, which I remember watching and seeing the video for, and that became really quite a huge hit on YouTube and a bit of an online sensation back in that year. So after that pretty earwormy album, we get a second full-length follow-up. We have had an EP in between that debut album and this record, and this I think is actually, overall it feels a little bit more down-tempo than the first album, but I would stress no less effective. And she still has catchy songs on here. She really does still have those catchy kind of tracks on here, but it's just overall the album has a certain mellowness to it, and that's where I think possibly the title is appropriate, Soft Power, because this album definitely has that about it. It has a soft power. On the first 2 or 3 listens, I found the album relaxing, but I wasn't sure it was impacting me too much. By the time I got to listens 4, 5 and 6, this is now an album which I really am enjoying, and I think it's because there is a bit of power in the subtlety of this album and the simplicity as well. I think there's a certain simplicity about a lot of the songs here, but there is something about them which also does grow on you a bit over time, and I personally have really enjoyed sitting with this one a while and getting to know it better. And I think if you enjoyed the first album, you'll almost certainly enjoy this album. I also think if you're fans of anything that is shoegaze, dream pop, bedroom pop and the like, then you'll most likely dig this Fazerdaze record. So let's go into some of these songs a bit more on this album. So the first track is the title track, Soft Power, which I think has this effective mixture of Amelia Murray's and beats and keyboard notes, and all of those work pretty well together to have a first pretty catchy song on the record. So Easy is the next song, and this is a bit more of a noise, a fuzzy noise pop song that would not be out of place, I guess, on a 90s kind of garage maybe album or something like that. Third track, actually In Blue, was something that I felt would be entirely at home on Wild Nothing's Nocturne album from 2012. I just felt the vibe of that song and just the overall feel of it would be sound really good on that particular record from 2012. So check out Wild Nothing's Nocturne if you like this song maybe. 1,000 Years, I feel like, is Amelia's own take on a Pet Shop Boys song. With the way she talks the vocals, and if you watch the video you might get what I'm saying. There's also a bit of a Pet Shop Boys feel and aesthetic about that particular track. I also really want to shout out a personal highlight for me on this album, which is the song Cherry Pie, which is more of a synth-laden track. Me loving that sound, the sort of synth sound. I really did enjoy this one. I also think it brings out the soft vocals of Amelia very, very well against a sort of a layered ethereal quality to the song as well. The last couple of tracks on the record, Sleeper and City Glitter, are actually also standouts to me. I feel like the last third, or roughly the last third of this album is really, really excellent. And these songs, actually the last 2 tracks are acoustic, more acoustic based, but allow Amelia's vocals to shine a bit more. You feel certainly that they're a bit more isolated and clearer in that respect. And she really does, I think, deliver 2 great performances on both of those songs. The song Sleeper is a very short track, as I recall. But there's definitely power in the lines that she sings, particularly I think actually on the last song, City Glitter. Really, really great stuff. And I think overall, I was feeling a 7 out of 10 for this, but this is another album where I've slightly sort of, revised my score upwards. This is actually, I think, an 8 out of 10. I really have enjoyed this record with repeat listens, and I think that Amelia Murray is a very talented artist. And yeah, this album has a certain amount of power about it, I think, with those repeat listens. So let me know what you thought of this album. Do you agree with me? What were your favourite songs on this Soft Power release? Let me know in the comments. Otherwise, whatever time it is and wherever you are in the world, from me, it's bye for now.